So you have drug treatment courts here in Jamaica. And so persons who have drug addictions, it doesn't make any sense, they come before the judge, they get sentenced, the addiction is not dealt with, and it's a cycle, so they come back around. But I'd like to tell you that there are quite a few people who go before the courts here in Jamaica for fraud and stealing, and that is associated with, not a lot of them, but it's associated with their gambling.
To Mr. Henry, 5 years from now, in respect of gaming responsibility and the issues that we face now, if we do a study, what would you hope to see
Well,
5 years from now?
I think right now where the program is, apart from more staffing, our programs are on par with what obtains internationally. However, there are now new player protocols that I would want to see here. They're not going to be easy to implement. So I give you an idea. In Massachusetts, there's a program called Play My Way. Now, because the Massachusetts Gaming Authority would have negotiated with the casinos, they are able to get their program, Game Sense and Play My Way, actually located at the casino. The Play My Way is attached to the card. When you play, you set a time limit and a money limit, and as you play over a period of time, if you are $5,000 to your limit, it'll come up on your screen and tell you. So it's advances like that. I would hope at some point with the gaming lounges we are able to introduce programs like that that allow people to set money limits and be able to get the type of connection with even Rise to get help a little quicker, more accessible than it is now. But we have every intention to propose that because we think it's the right thing to do, whether it's take none. I mean, for example, we've been trying for a while now, and we're going to go after it hard. This project here is to get a connection with the Ministry of Justice and introduce what is called gambling treatment courts. So you have drug treatment courts here in Jamaica. And so persons who have drug addictions, it doesn't make any sense, they come before the judge, they get sentenced, the addiction is not dealt with, and it's a cycle, so they come back around. But I'd like to tell you that there are quite a few people who go before the courts here in Jamaica for fraud and stealing, and that is associated with, not a lot of them, but it's associated with their gambling. So the gambling treatment court, you have a few.
Spectacular cases I told you about.
I have a case now.
Yeah.
So when he goes before the judge would ask. So the judge has to be educated. And he's not treated in the same manner as you would the regular person coming in. So, John, do you have a problem with gambling? Yes. Is this why so and so? So what we would then do, we say, well, John, you have to come to Rise. I'd be in the court. And he would come for treatment once a week, maybe for the entire year. And I would go to court each time he goes to court. There's a pre-court meeting, and we discuss how is he doing, because his getting through with the case is based on him doing well in treatment. If he doesn't do well, so if I don't give favorable reports, then the case will follow through the way that it ought to. But what that does is that it helps John to deal with his gambling addiction. Because if he doesn't deal with it, what happens is that the judge is going to sentence him, and he's going to come back out and go back to doing the same thing. So it's the same persons that you're seeing in front of it. If you don't short circuit the addiction, then they come back. They're not super popular. I mean, they're just coming along in the United States, but it just requires the education of the judge and other persons who work, the defense lawyer, etc., in the court system. So that's something that we want to begin to look at, because like currently now I have a client who has a case before the court, and that's one of the reasons why he's coming for gambling related treatment, is because it'll help him to go through. He needs to get help.